Tonight's story, The Haunting Hitchhiker, follows Stella, a young woman driving from Maine to Miami. As she travels, a mysterious hitchhiker appears in every state, turning her journey into a nightmare. Stay with us to discover the chilling truth. Stella, a young woman with striking blue eyes, long red hair, and a sprinkling of freckles, decided to leave her old life in Maine behind and start anew in Miami, Florida. Her heart raced with excitement as she packed her car and set off on the long journey south. As she drove along the empty, winding roads of Maine, Stella felt a sense of freedom. The cool evening breeze rustled through her hair, and she smiled, imagining the warm beaches of Miami. Suddenly, she spotted a figure by the side of the road, a hitchhiker. He was a tall man, dressed in a long, dark coat and a wide-brimmed hat that cast a shadow over his face. He stood eerily still, one arm raised with his thumb out. Stella's heart skipped a beat, and she quickly drove past him, a shiver running down her spine. Just a coincidence, she thought, trying to shake off the uneasy feeling. But as she continued her journey, the hitchhiker kept appearing. In New Hampshire, there he was again, standing by the road with that same haunting stillness. In Massachusetts, she saw him in the rearview mirror, his figure growing smaller but no less menacing. By the time she reached Connecticut, Stella was gripping the steering wheel so tightly her knuckles turned white. "How is he doing this?" she whispered to herself, her voice trembling. "It's impossible." Each state brought the same terror. In New York, she nearly swerved off the road when she saw him standing at an exit ramp. In Pennsylvania, he appeared under a streetlight, his face still obscured by the hat. No matter how fast she drove or which route she took, he was always there. Stella's mind raced with fear and confusion. She stopped at a gas station in Georgia, hoping to find some solace in the company of others. As she filled her tank, she nervously glanced around, half expecting to see the hitchhiker lurking in the shadows, but there was no sign of him. "Are you okay, miss?" the attendant asked, noticing her pale face and trembling hands. I keep seeing this man," Stella stammered. "He's following me from state to state." The attendant frowned. "A hitchhiker?" Stella nodded, her eyes wide with fear. "Yes, but it's like he's everywhere." The attendant looked at her with concern. "Be careful on the road. Some things can't be explained." Feeling no better, Stella got back into her car and continued her journey. The sun was setting as she crossed into Florida. She thought she might finally be free from the hitchhiker's haunting presence. But as she neared Miami, she saw him again, standing by a sign that read, "Welcome to Miami." Desperation took over. She couldn't understand how he was doing it or why he was following her. She pulled over, her hands shaking, and confronted the hitchhiker. "What do you want from me?" she screamed, her voice echoing in the still night air. The hitchhiker slowly lifted his head, revealing a pair of piercing, dark eyes. His lips curled into a chilling smile. "I just wanted to make sure you reached your destination," he said in a voice that sent a cold shiver down her spine. Stella backed away, her heart pounding in her chest. She turned and ran back to her car, driving as fast as she could until she reached the heart of Miami. Only then did she feel a semblance of safety, though the hitchhiker's image was burned into her mind. For the rest of her life, Stella couldn't shake the feeling that he was still out there, watching, waiting. Every shadow, every figure in the distance filled her with a bone-chilling dread. She had made it to Miami, but the hitchhiker's presence would haunt her forever. Thanks for watching FrightTube. We hope you enjoyed The Haunting Hitchhiker. If you liked this story, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more eerie tales. Sweet dreams, if you can sleep tonight.